Hi, Scorpio. It is the evening before the eclipse. Ooh. We have a lot to talk about, but I feel like we should just take a breath, see what cards come up, and we'll go from there. It's been a while since we did one of those intuitive readings, right? Deep breath. Close your eyes if you want. If you have a question, you can hold it in your mind. If you don't worry about it. Just feel the feels. Ooh. All right, here we go. Two of Cups and the Knight of Wands. These retrogrades are bringing you back to such dramatic, the plot thickens moments. For some of you, you're so popping that you want out of whatever relationship you're in. For some of you, it is a hearkening back, a going back to a healing of. There's a lot of love healing going on. A lot of saying the thing, the unspeakable, that which you never thought ever in a million years that anyone would articulate, or that you would articulate. It's such a new space, and the only point of friction is if you don't speak up and tell the truth, if you don't say when a situation is too small for you, or if something is too tight, or if you feel like you're throwing money down, in a bottomless pit because the situation is set up wrong. There's so many ways this could manifest. If you're on your game, telling the truth about how it is and about your needs, you're doing great, and then you delve into the love stuff. But the love stuff gets complicated, as does money, if you're not being honest about what's going on in terms of you feeling caged. Who's limiting you? And why? To a Scorpio, asking why is, it's a lack of loyalty. Scorpios act like, you ask them why, and they act like the way adults act when kids ask them who made God. Who made me? God. Well, who made God? And adults go, don't ask that. You ask a Scorpio why about anything, and they look at you like, what do you mean why? Because I said so. Okay, well, but maybe you need to know the why. Maybe it's finally time for you to speak on some stuff. Why are you keeping yourself in a limited space? Why are people limiting you on purpose? Why would they do it? You're too loyal to ask that of people you love. If someone you love is holding you back, you can't ask them why. But you know what? You're going to talk about it this month. Because you're just getting too big for it, You need space. And a new look, a new outlook, a new direction, So wherever someone is challenging you, wherever your past is coming back to ask you questions, wherever you have to look at yourself through the veil of who you used to be, what do you see? What do you find? Are you happy with it? If there are questions being asked, do you have answers? Like the question I asked you. If someone is holding you back, no matter how much they say they love you, why are they really doing it? And what does that mean about their love? Hey, you can't say it. You can't ask it. You can't, but I can. So, Two of Cups, Knight of Wands, and all these retrogrades. Two of Cups, Knight of Wands, and everything in retrograde. I feel like you guys have been a caged animal for months. And you never know what's going to set a Scorpio off. Like I've said before, the biggest shit can happen and you guys are chill, cool, nothing, good, we're good, relaxed, no problem. The tiniest thing that's indicative somehow of some larger principle that you now feel offended by because you, oh, okay, boom, bam, there goes the cage, there goes the cage keeper, there goes everyone. There it is, there's the moment. And I should have known it had something to do with Mars. There's the moment. July is the moment. Somehow you get out of your cage. I think the most amazing part for you is how many of you are going to figure out that you made the cage, that you insisted on staying in the cage, and that the cage was always open, to paraphrase Rumi. But I don't think you realized it was this open. You have the moment where you must say the thing. Oh, Scorpio. It's real Bollywood this month. I'll tell you like that. It's real Bollywood. You guys are all over the place. And the drama and the plot thickens and the jealousy and the possessiveness, everything that we've been talking about the past couple of months is leading up to this crescendo right here. Welcome. We're here. In terms of work, work and your emotional life, it's bleeding together because you are putting too much money towards stuff that, like, why are you doing it? Out of some weird sense of obligation, out of some, or like paying so much for a setup in which you're uncomfortable. There's so many ways this can manifest. I wonder if you guys ever realize how much your pride works against you, or your pride in your principles. Like, how could that be bad, right? But somehow you make it into a liability. You do. There's the Ten of Pentacles. I think it's ironic that I was saying the thing. Yes, I hear you. I think it's ironic that I was saying the thing about how your principles get you into some trouble. However, it must also be admitted that your principles are what get you the best of the best, and usually what make you the best of the best. It's lit, okay? The whole month is lit. You get to be as Scorpio as you want, just like Aries gets to be as Aries as they want, because Mars is just running the show behind everything else that's going on. It's just running amok, and Scorpio gets to run amok. And I'm trying not to encourage you, actually, but the cards are hell-bent on encouraging you. So go for it. It's exactly the sort of thing that Scorpio loves to dive headfirst into. Oh, it's the past and its feelings and its promises from long ago, and situations that you must make right, situations that have to do with your self-esteem and your past and money in the past, and wounds, financial wounds from childhood, and etc., etc. And then of course there's all this new money coming in during July, especially towards Leo season, and the loves, so much of the loves. This right here is also what I mean about the plot thickening. There's so many things that you have access to, that you want, that you can have right now, and they're all a little bit upside down, and that's part of why you want them. And it's such a fun Scorpio season, which may be a little frustrating because you're like, no, I'm actually not, I'm feeling a little bit like uneasy. Yes, because it's July. It's in July that it gets fun. If you remember from last month, we talked about how Cancer season was, kind of encroaching early into Gemini season. But now, July is where we catch this speed of, especially in a week from now, you start being put in these uncanny situations where it becomes really obvious that the universe wants you to talk about something, wants you to talk to someone, wants you to be, this is that time of like moments at the fountain, or, coincidence or serendipity, all of that magic that has to do with what you want most comes alive this month. And this is magic you have stored up. There's nothing you have to do. There's nothing you can do to waste it. You just have it, and it's radiating off of you. And I have a feeling that they're like fish hooks, and that it's just bringing in everything that your heart deeply desires. Because I think at the end of the day, underneath all of the exoskeleton is a being that loves so deeply with such a quiet power that when they ask for things, they get them. Right now, you can ask, as can Cancer, as can Pisces. In a few weeks, there's going to be an incredible opportunity for you to really speak many, many, many things into existence with a very powerful trine coming up. But we'll get back into doing the daily horoscopes. I'm developing it for an app, inshallah, so that's why I stopped doing it for a little bit, but we'll get back into it. But this is in a couple of weeks where you get to speak on what you want, speak to who you want, get the thing you want, start the thing you want, get out of what doesn't work, move, leave, sign the papers, all that stuff. And yes, I could tell you, well, it's Mercury retrograde and you shouldn't do that, but like, for some reason, you are getting going now. There is no more waiting now. It's time. And the two outcome cards just confirm that. Bottom of the deck is Sagittarius. Sagittarius, who, if you're dealing with the Sag, they really need a lot of rest, and they may be giving you mixed signals, which is making you want to cut them off. But we'll look at that. We'll look at that when we look at the cards. This is what we want to focus on, which is you have so much magic in your hands, right? It is the magic time. It is the magic hour. Your heart wants to use it for love. And of course, everybody understands that. Of course you do, as you should. But also there is a great opportunity to save yourself by recognizing where your love is putting holes in your boat. Some people, no matter how much you love them, it's not going to change that their relationship with you on some level is transactional, and they need a certain level of control with you to be able to love you. These are the sort of problematic, troublesome relationships that become untenable for you now. You walk out of July unable to do it. You know, your heart is speaking too clearly and too loudly. You know, it's booming in your ears. You can't deny anymore what you know are artificial relationships, what you know is based on, again, a system of control and manipulation. Your money, your risk-taking, your loan giving, it's all tied to your loyalties and how you feel about people. And we need to get past that, Scorpio, because you won't be able to hold on to anything if people know that they can play you with your emotions, especially with your pocket. There's got to be some happy medium between who I love and my people and who my loyalty is to, I do everything for, and being able to see that sometimes those people really are looking for a check, or really are looking to keep you encased so they don't lose their steady whatever. I'm not saying it's the case every time. I'm just saying for a lot of you, if you feel like you can't speak up about a situation where you feel like you are being, you know, caged in, you got to look at why someone who says they're on your side would put you in that situation. Because this looks like someone who has it all, could very easily have it all, looks like they have it all, but something's off. Those relationships are ending. New relationships are beginning. Old relationships that you need healing from are coming back. There's all kinds of stuff going on. But everything that's problematic, remember, Uranus is across from you now. Everything that's problematic is just continuously going to be weeded out and replaced with wonderful stuff. But boy, do you get to play your Scorpio games this month. All the games, you know, the past possessiveness, the irrational behavior, the erratic emotional bonding, the trauma bonding, the angry sack, like all of it, everything you guys do, you're gonna do it in starting today, starting now. And then the eclipse is tomorrow, so just prepare yourself for these things coming up on you. I'm not even saying you're going to do them. That's what's so funny. You get the opportunity to be the most you, because the universe keeps handing you these moments like be a Scorpio on a silver platter. So I guess that's the name of the video. Silver platter. Hey. Do I honestly have to tell you I love you? Can I tell you I'm obsessed with you instead? We know it means the same thing, no? I love you. Let's look at these cards. Hi, Scorpio. All right, here we are. I'm going to drink a little water and then we can get started. So, Two of Cups, Knight of Wands, communication, talking about, messaging about, thinking about love, reassessing your connection, past, present, and future. But now you look at it from the eyes of an alchemist. You know you have the power to change things around in your life right now, and you're just wondering who should come along for the ride. A few things happen that bring out the judgment energy. Like I said before, if there are problematic attachments here, they will start to dissolve and you will see the first signs of it in July. Scorpio, if you're dealing with an Aries that you really need to talk to some things about, just understand that they are being foolish. And the reason they're being foolish is because they have a certain identity that they'd like to live up to, and right now they don't feel like they are living up to it. and they may be taking that out on you. This is also about how you see yourself in relation to others. And you may feel, in comparison to the Aries energies around you, that you aren't quite as brave, aren't quite as adventurous, aren't quite as foolish. But it's a good thing not to be foolish right now, and it's a good thing not to take unnecessary risks. Actually, if you can get away with not investing any money or giving anyone any money in July, that would be great. And notice what happens when you don't give people money. Notice who hollers the loudest and why. Often Scorpios have a tendency to get people used to a certain lifestyle. And then once the person's used to the lifestyle, if Scorpio tries to pull back at all for their own sake, they get treated like they're committing a huge crime or a huge indecency and cruelty, when all you're really doing is trying to get back your space. That's a mind game often people play with Scorpios. So there is that. But also, past all of that, there is a chance here for you to reconnect with an energy that may be really needing your help. Especially if this person is an earth sign. There are people out there right now, Scorpio, that if you tune into their energy, you'll know right away that they really need your help. And those are the people that you should be gravitating towards, and those are the people you should be helping with the good luck and bounty and abundance that comes your way naturally, especially this month. Now, if you're dealing with the Sagittarius, it looks like that person needs rest, and it looks like you need a rest from them, perhaps a permanent rest from them. In terms of this Capricorn, there is so much going on that needs to be communicated, and somehow that Capricorn stands between you and what you want most. I think you're tired of not getting your way, Scorpio. I think you're tired of making excuses for people. I think you're tired of tolerating people in positions of authority. Doesn't have to be a Capricorn, who feel like they have some right to tell you what to do. It's that Saturn energy. It's Saturn in retrograde in Capricorn. But we'll talk about these swords and how to yield them and wield them. We'll talk about all of it, including the Sagittarius that seems to be problematic even though they haven't been around very long. There's a lot going on with them as well. They're not being completely honest. So, that's a look at your cards. I'll get into the extended right now. I'll see you there in just a second. Love you.